I'm Corporal Kevin McCloskey from the 101st Airborne. I was injured June 2008 in Afghanistan, Logar Province. I lost both my legs, my hip, my pelvis, injury to my wrist, and blind in my right eye. Right when we pulled out of the village, I was in the driver's seat, and about a little less than a mile outside the village, there was 2 vehicles in front of me that actually drove over the mine that I ended up hitting. I just remember somebody ripping me out of the vehicle, and I noticed that my legs were kind of hanging off. They weren't really, one was there, one I couldn't really tell. My hand was hanging off. And that's when I started to get really scared, and just I knew it was real, and I didn't want to go home the way I was, and I knew that right from the get-go. My legs were gone, and there was no point for me to go home. The first time I went home was in actually Halloween of 2008. I met my family at the airport in Philadelphia, and there was over 50 motorcycles lined up and a huge limousine with everybody from my family sitting there waiting for me. There was hundreds of people out front of my parents' house. I stepped out and was welcomed home, and with open arms they took me back, and that just made me want to recover faster. Unbelievable. Still at a loss for words for it. Bridget and I met, I think, 1st grade. We were friends throughout grade school. Actually, we kissed in 5th grade underneath the boardwalk.
That's where we got engaged, too. The same place.
Yep, underneath the boardwalk.
We know everything about each other, which is kind of cool, and we get along so well. We've been really good friends for such a long time.
A lot of the problems that I have in Philadelphia with where I live and the house is we don't have any of our door frames, none of them are handicap accessible. Our house is on a little bit of a slant, so my wheelchair's moving involuntarily. There's just a lot, there's so many things that you don't realize people would need that are in a wheelchair until you are in a wheelchair. And you know, when it comes around to the winter time, my body starts getting, with a lot of the metal that I have in, it starts freezing up, and it makes it a lot harder for me to transfer in and out of the shower chair, in and out of the bed, in and out of off the couch.
To even get into our house, we have steps out front. So that's a pretty big deal to access the house at all.
A lot of the things I'm looking forward to in the new house is just freedom, knowing that I'll be able to move around when I want to, getting into the kitchen to cook when I want. It's just, everything will be set. And it's so hard to explain. I keep trying to put how much everything means to me in words, but it's really still unrealistic that things can happen like this.
Everyday life for him will just be so much easier, and you know, it'll give everybody a peace of mind that I'm not gonna have to worry about anything if I'm not home. You know, we'll be safe. Pretty big, yeah.
We have a lot of hopes for our future, especially with this house. It's, you know, opening up so much for us.
We're a good team. That's what I always say.